Hello everybody, my name is Sparky from Sparky Wood Gaming, and welcome to another episode of Sparky's Guide. So, you are going to see a relatively obvious change right here. Had run out of wood, and I just thought, hey, I have saplings, might as well grow some in here. So we can kind of, this is kind of our starting area, farming area, what and whatnot. So I was like, okay, well I can start by planting some saplings so we can have a little bit of a supply if we ever run out. So that's why this is here. And you're probably wondering what's up with this and why is there like smoke coming out of it. This is a moss carpet. And there are torches everywhere, and I did a lot of spawn proofing, like a lot. It took me a lot, and there are still some spots that need to get covered up, and I just wanted to get rid of the torch spam everywhere. And I had added some signs just indicating, the episode and the date that this was built, like the house was built last summer, even though that was 6 episodes ago. This was built last episode. There were just some other small things like that that were added. Especially, I do have some down by like where I have or my XP farms, the zombie farm, my spider farm, and by the cow pens, like it says episode 3, which was last almost a year ago now, and this was back in May. Oh, and like this was built in 2021. Yeah, those are just some small things that have happened off camera. Actually, another thing before I talk about what we're gonna do today is these are new pickaxes. That's why it says Sparky's Ore Extractor 2 and Sparky's Lucky Generator 2 because I had basically retired them. They're not at level, or they're not at efficiency 5, which like these are, but these are just retired pickaxes. I might have a special area where I put retired tools and such, but for the time being, they're just going to stay in this chest. And I also have this backup fortune pickaxe if I ever need to use it. And I should be making other backup pickaxes and other tools just in case something happens. But I'm not going to do that right now, and I'm not going to do that today. I also filled this up with barrels. There's just a bunch of netherrack in here. Got soul soil and soul sand, black stone, and then you got some stuff from the Crimson, another biome that we'll talk about later, and then kind of the stuff we got from the Bastion when we went there. We need to get on to the main event here. So we're going to be talking about villager trading today. But I do know stuff like pumpkins, melons, carrots, some potatoes, some beetroot, and wheat. I do have some stuff I converted into a hay bale. I think that's it for the time being. Actually, I need to put some back because I need to grab some emeralds also. It's a nice, shiny, beautiful day in Minecraft. Now we are going to be talking about villager trading today, like I mentioned earlier, and it actually isn't super far. It's actually kind of nice. Kind of a shame that we haven't been there in the past 13 episodes because it would be helpful. And I think we're going to start coming to exploring places such as, villages, and just doing more exploration in general because we are in 1.20. We are going to find a villager because I did see a farmer villager here the other day. So somehow this guy decided that it was a good idea to get stuck in this loft here. So why don't you come out, buddy? So what does this farmer villager trade? So I think we had gone over this before, but just a short recap is basically you're going to find villagers at these villages. A farmer villager is one of the professions. There are other professions that we will talk about, I don't know about today. There are other professions, and there are certain levels. Like if I open this guy's GUI, it's gonna say novice. But if I trade enough with him, he leveled up to master level. So basically, if you trade him enough stuff, I did not mean to do that, but if you trade him enough stuff, he's gonna max out with his trades. So for example, I can hit shift and click, and the amount of carrots that I got is gonna fill up this much of his, we can call this like a progress bar. And I'm going to get an advancement. So if I continue to do this, I'm going to level him up. Now there's going to be these pink particles or purple particles. There is more trait, pumpkin, and that leveled him up. Let's see what he has. He has melons, and as you can see, there's an X. So basically, what that means is that he is not willing to trade for those anymore. So there is a cooldown timer. I don't know how long that is. He has some more particles, and he's now an expert. And he has some suspicious too, which we'll talk about suspicious too. These are actually kind of interesting. But for the sake of the video, we're going to only be talking about trading right now. We can trade some of these pumpkins, and he again should be leveling up. And I don't know if you noticed, the patch on the bottom is now blue like diamond, and that's what master means, that he is a master, and it does change over time. I didn't really get into that, but so I can just trade him away, trade him a bunch of stuff, and it is going to, you want to take into account that he might not always want, he's gonna max out with stuff. And see, so his trade's just refreshed. So you have so much of pumpkins and melons that I'm going to charge you more. Because that's how the mechanics, the trading mechanics work. But I can do that, and yes, again, it'll lock out. So if I do this for melons, it's gonna lock out again. And I don't have that much wheat. But there are other trades besides wheat and potatoes. Sometimes you'll get beetroot, or sometimes you'll get other plants, or you get potatoes instead of, you get potatoes and beetroot instead of wheat and carrots, or you'll have potatoes and carrots, or you'll have potatoes and wheat, or you'll have beetroot and carrots, and so on and so forth. Now his trades have refreshed again. So some of these have gone down, gotten a little bit better for us because we've been trading with him. He still will not accept any more melons, but it's going to be 2 emeralds for cookies instead of 3. And he's going to be charging 8 pumpkins for 1 emerald instead of 6. And his carrots have gone down, and his wheat have gone down. Also, what is a benefit of trading with these guys is I am at level 23 now. It is a good source of experience trading with villagers. Unfortunately, there's only one for the time being. If I want to grow this village, I might have to go to another village, bring one with me, then I can get more villagers. I want to wait to trade with him because could refresh trades at any moment. But he still has been locked out of melons and pumpkins, which I have the most of. So maybe I can come back and I can go get some more carrots. Alright, so I am back from waiting, and it's been over an hour since the last clip. A couple things that I want to mention that I did not know about off the top of my head. When trades do get locked out, villagers can refresh their trades at their workstation up to 2 times a day. It's not always going to happen, but as long as they can refresh their trades once they're at their workstation, then you should be able to trade them that item that is locked out. Another thing, or just a couple other things that are good that you want to do when you find a village that I guess I didn't do when I initially first found it, is probably make a pathway to that village so you get there easy access. So I just did this little pathway. It is kind of a little crazy over here because it's on a diagonal. But this will give us easy access to the village. Once it ends, it just ends right over here, and I don't really know what to do with it. We are going to connect up like the zombie spawner and our spider spawner together. The house. Not mean to do that, but yeah, we'll connect. We can connect it to the house and this area and another portal. But yeah, we'll have everything connected with paths at some point. So I have not lit up this path. So that's one of the things that you're gonna want to do, especially when you make a path like this, any kind of path, and also mob spawning the village. So I'm going to go to the village first, try to light up the areas where there isn't, where the areas that aren't lit up, I'm gonna light those up. So what you want to do, and I've done this before, if you hit F3 on your keyboard, it is gonna show you, you go on the second thing of text on the left hand side, and on the fourth one down underneath where it says facing east, it's going to say client light sky 15 and then block 0. That's what you're going to want to do, is make sure that the blocks around the village do not say 0. There are torches around here, but just in spots where you think like, yeah, I should probably light up this. That's kind of what you want to do around the villages that you find and around pathways that you make. I'm going to light these up. I've lit up some of the lit up around the village a little bit. I did some in the caves too. It wasn't a lot around the village, but I just lit up where it said it was the light level was 0 because that's where mobs spawn. And then I lit up along my pathway. I put on these oak fences. Yeah, and I've tried to make this a little bit better as well. I'm not super great with these. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this little intro trading session with a farmer villager. We will be trading with many more villagers to come, so just stay tuned and subscribe for more episodes like this. Alright, thanks for watching everybody. Have a great day.